Hello, everybody. It's September 1st, and for the Canadians, Americans, happy Labor Day. I always remember growing up not liking Labor Day because I meant I had to go back to school the next day. So we're going to bless all the students as they're heading back to school. But I just want to say Psalm 44:3 says, "For they did not gain possession of the land by their own sword, nor did their own arm save them, but it was your right hand, your arm, in the light of your countenance, because you favored them." And Lord, we're reminding you of your own word here, Psalm 44:3, that you have favored your people, the Jewish people, and we're asking for possession of all of this land in Gaza. Lord, not just by the sword, but by your arm, Lord, that you would save, you would deliver, you would answer the call for the solution for what's going on. So thank you, Lord. Amen. Hello, Eran. Thank you so much for coming on Mondays. We love it. We love you. And so please share with us what to really target in prayer this week, and make sure you let us know how Itamar is doing, please. Over to you.
Hi, everybody. Great to see you all. We are still in war. Unfortunately, the war is still going on. We have 48 hostages. Now, in this moment, while we are speaking, there is a funeral of one of them that
Yeah.
back dead to his family, but unfortunately he was die and another one. So two of them are back, and we have another 80, 48, 48 people that are still there, 20 alive. One of them is a woman that her body is there, and the war continue, and as it look like we are before a big uh, a big thing that will happen in Gaza. Um, Itamar is still there for sure until next Tuesday. After that, we don't know what is going to be. So I'm praying for him, and thank you for your prayers. But we are still there. One of the sad things that happened to us this week, we have one of the soldiers that was die, and he is the 900 soldier. He was the one that counting 900 soldiers that dead since the beginning, since the 7th of October. He is a great, amazing young guy that did an aliyah from Brazil like 10 years ago. He came, he chose to serve in the IDF, and he was in the war. He's supposed to release from the service after 2 days before he died. And this is part of the story of people that coming from all over to serve as part of the story of redemption of the Jewish people. And we see a movement of people that are coming from the diaspora to serve in the IDFs, lonely soldiers that coming alone, the family back, a lot of them from the North America, and they're coming to serve. And 900 soldiers since the beginning of the war. It's 900 families that lost their dear ones, and this is something that it's really break the heart of everyone in Israel to see this family that are broken, young people that one of the mothers said that after 2 years that her son is dying, she said he killed. She said he will always continue to be a 20 years old child while his friends are going to grow and go to the university and go to weddings and the children's, and he will always be the flower that he left in the same age. And this is something that as a parent, but I think everyone cannot hear that and not be in emotion and think about these mothers that are lost their dear ones. And the portion of Shabbat and that we are reading, one of the things that was very just jumped to my eyes, Deuteronomy 16:20. is justice, justice you pursue. And after that, it's written in Habakkuk. I was reading this book in Shabbat. The righteous shall live in faith, and the word of justice and righteous and things. It's something that I think this is one of the obligation we have as a Jewish people, and one of the commands of the war of the Lord to us is that we need to be people like that. And when you are reading that two times in the same portion, justice, justice, you should pursue. You ask yourself what is the meaning of that, because the Bible is not using words without any. There is meaning for everything. And I think justice is not just a slogan. It's a way of life. It's a content of struggle, and this is something that we are doing. And Habakkuk is saying, and I think speaking a little bit another layer to that is he said even when reality seems to contradict the evil, you are going to win the evil just with faith. And we say the righteous shall live in his faith. And this is very this is this is an obligation the Jewish people have. And we are see that in the National Leadership Center, see young soldiers that are going for 48 72 hours, that after they've been fighting. And I'm speaking with them, and also with Itamar, my son. And that there are young people, amazing young people, that don't look for revenge. They don't look for revenge on the 7th of October. They don't look for killing just to kill. They are doing that because they are proceeding the justice, and the justice is our claim of the land. And this is why we are living here. It's not a war that we started. It's not a war that we are doing that. And one of the things that I have a conversation with Itamar last time that he was here. He was say to me that this is our right to live here as Jewish people by the Lord. And more than that, he was speaking with me about a term that I don't know if you know, but every soldier that is living or doing the army, especially officers, there is a term that called the pure of the weapon. In Hebrew, Toar HaNeshek, pure of the weapon. And I was thinking about that while of the soldiers that came to the NLC spoke about that. And I was wondering, and I asked Itamar how a weapon can be pure. A weapon is something that you are killing with. It's not something that you are playing with. And when we spoke about that in the IDF group, one of them said to me that, when we are learning to be soldiers, it's easy, but we are coming here to the National Leadership Center to learn about leadership. And part of the leadership is not to use the weapon as a tool for revenge. We are using that as a tool of justice, as a tool of protection, as a tool of something that it's more just than a machine gun or a rifle or whatever. It's something that protects our heritage as Jewish people here in Israel. But when we have that, we have a obligation. Think about it. In the age of 18 in Israel, you can have a driving license for a car. In the same time, you are getting a driving license for airplane or a tank. And think about young guy that have the responsibility of taking these weapons that he can kill with. And this is part of the narrative of growing this leadership in Israel, is how to use this weapon and why we are using this weapon. We are using this weapon because the Lord promised us the land. He promised that to Abraham, and this is part of the Jewish journey. And I think to hear young people when they are speaking about that, not in a place of revenge, because it's very easy to say, okay, we are going to war or we are going to win in the war because we want to have a revenge about the 7th of October. When you're hearing young people speaking about that, you understand that they are fighting because of the justice. And you see how the Habakkuk book is coming alive because we have to be looking for justice, and this is something that is really powerful for me. And I think the 48 hostages that are still there, and the 900 soldiers that was killed in the war. This is a war of justice. And every day, when we are seeing a lie, when we are seeing something bad that happened, like the stories and the accusation against the Jewish people with anti-Semitism, and you see how people are very, people speaking about starving in Gaza, and in the same time, the Red Cross is not going to visit the hostages in their places. So what we are doing here is something for justice, and we have to shout and cry for justice. Don't show just the pictures from Gaza. Show also the picture of them. And I think that it's not just justice from the outside; it's justice inside ourselves. Because in the moments of darkness, when see that the evil is celebrating, we say no. This is our fate from Abraham time until these days. The belief that Am Israel is going to raise and grow and the good is going to win. This is something that we have to very know in this time. And for me, to see the young people that they are full with justice and justice from the inside place and from faith that we are holding. And more than that, and this is something that I shared with you in the past, we have to be active. We have to continue to pray. We have to continue to support the families of the IDF soldiers. We have to work every day for bringing back the hostages. And we have to work very hard with a lot of faith and with a lot of hard time how to beat Hamas. We cannot tolerate Hamas to continue to be in its place. He cannot, because this is a circle of hate, and if we are not going to cut that, and again, I don't have all the answers for that, but I know that we need to cut this regime. We have to take the hate, and it's going to be at least another generation of young children that hate Israel, and but we need to stop that. But this is have to be from a place of being strong, and being strong is from beginning to understand that you are right, and you are managing a war of justice. And I think this is something that is really encouraging for me to read in Shabbat, in the portion of Shabbat, and read twice justice, justice. You have to do it, and you have to do justice. And I see that every day, and I'm very happy to tell you that I see again young people that are in the battle, that are fighting, but they are very moral people. They people with belief in their hearts, and they know that they are doing something right here. And I think this education of justice and why we are living here in Israel and the promise of Abraham to do it, this is our obligation to train the young generations of people of leadership in Israel to know that if you want to do a justice, you have to read the Bible to understand that. If you want to do justice and you want to live here, you have to understand that this is the promise of God. And if you want to do justice, you have to go to the IDF and protect. And we as a parent, it's very hard for me and Levavit to know that our son is fighting, and another mothers and fathers all over Israel. But we know that we don't have any other chance to bring peace here, because the enemy is going to kill us and wants to kill us from the beginning and until these days. So my word to you here today is, please continue to pray to the heart of the people, that they will know why they are fighting. They understand what they are fighting, not because they are bad people. No, and war is very hard thing. Itamar shared with me the things that he saw and he smell, and how they are living in very basic terms, without showers, without food, but with a lot of faith in their heart. And I think when you have faith, this is something that it's full your heart, and this is our obligation to bring these people to speak about it and to understand it and clear this reality with yourself. This is what we are doing. The NLC, people are coming, and this is the first time in the 2 years that they can share their hearts and they can share their feelings. And more than that, and to see that people like them in their age, people in their unit, which they're focusing all day in fighting and surviving in a way, they understand that all the group around it fighting because of the cause. And the cause is because we have to protect Jerusalem. We have to take the borders in Israel. We have to go to live. Young people are going to live in these places now. There is a movement of people. And today is, one of the things that I was very happy to hear in one of the main channels in Israel. They say that except Yom Kippur, yesterday or today, this is the day that a lot of Jewish people are praying. Why? Because it's the 1st of September and the year of school and the education system is starting. And a lot of people, and this is something that it's amazing, even that it's in the conversation. A lot of people are praying, and this is something that's very basic that we forgot, right? But a lot of people are praying that their children have a good year and they're going to do well in school and they have friends. People are praying. People are praying. And why they're praying? They're praying because this is the strongest tool that we have in our hand to achieve the redemption, to achieve the times that we are going to be strong. And this is why we are doing that. Justice, justice, justice. But justice is not just to do it, is to believe in that, is to think about it, is to love that and to understand that you are doing that with that. So I see a lot of young people that are coming back from the battlefield, and they are tired, they are exhausting, but they are full with faith, and they are full of that. And I really want today to say and to ask you together to pray for the IDF soldiers. We don't know what is going to be in the next weeks, but it seems like we are going to another war, and another war is going to bring another victims that are going to injured and died. And but we need to pray for wisdom. We need to pray that there's going to be a solution for that, and a quick one. We cannot, this is the one of the longest wars that we have, and
Hmm.
we are really close to say that the 2 years in October is going to be 2 years of war, and it's terrible. It's terrible, and we need to recover. We need to heal, but we need to heal from a place of strong, of a place of emunah, of faith, and from these places. We are going to grow. The flowers will blossom in the summer, in the winter. Sorry, people are going to back to their houses. There is a lot of children that start today to learn in Kiryat Shmona, in the south, in places that was empty, and now there are people coming back slowly, slowly. They are coming back, and they believe and they understand that this land is the land of living people, and not like in Gaza. Because I don't know, by the way, if President Trump will bring them resource and money, what they can grow. 20 years ago, we left the Gaza border in I think, one of the saddest days in the history of Israel also, that the Jewish people left the land, and we saw what's happened there. Nothing grew there except
Hmm.
terrorism. Nothing was built there except of tunnels of hate.
Hmm.
This is what's happened, and this is going to be the future, unfortunately. So we
Hmm.
need to be strong. We need to go to the fields and put in the ground things that are going to grow, because this is what Jewish people are doing. Jewish people bringing life. This is
Hmm.
what we know to do. We are bringing life, and when we are bringing life, we are going to be strong with faith and with justice. So thank you very much for that.
Wow, 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 wow. If you came in